Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Pisces February 18, 2025. The moon spends all day in your solar house, and it's a good time to prioritize relaxing, renewing, and recharging if feasible. Distractions are likely, but aim to clear your head of distractions and focus on the things that truly mean something to you right now. There might also be an issue of too much information, and if so, try not to divide your attention too much, as you may end up doing things halfway. Fortunately, those things considered to be problems now tend to have little or no staying power. You're also beginning a lengthy cycle today that's strong for intellectual stimulation and arriving at a better balance on the home front. There can be times when you're easily bored or frustrated if you're not engaged, but it's a powerful period, lasting until January, for special attention to your personal life and domestic world. Living arrangements and conditions are likely to improve. You'll also build your emotional base and strive towards a general feeling of being comfortable and centered. A mighty cosmic shift is upon you. While our luminaries and planets bring the most pronounced transitions within our lives, the asteroids add layers of depth and information to the understanding of how we are evolving. Today, Pallas, the asteroid tied to wisdom and courage, soars into the high halls and vast heavens of Aquarius. This will bring new trends and energetic forces. As she soars through the skies of Aquarius, she will encourage you to embrace fairness, equality, and humanitarian concerns. You could be drawn to further community engagement. How can you feel better about your financial matters? Work on your anxiety and indecision as the moon in Libra trines Jupiter in Gemini. Outwardly, you may present as someone who has it all figured out. You could appear to be a financially literate and prosperous professional. Inwardly, you may struggle with the financial fears and anxieties of making the wrong move. The cosmic energy will encourage you to lay your worries to rest. It is time to approach your financial matters with a positive yet detached mentality to avoid feeling overwhelmed by all that could happen. You may hit a wall today. That is, whatever you are trying your hardest to accomplish could reach a climax of some kind. Maybe you will break through, maybe you will break down. Be prepared to meet the challenge or the celebration with a steady grasp on reality. Be especially attentive to your needs while you work. Drinking water throughout the day is a must. Examine your desk chair and computer setup. Is it ergonomically correct? These kinds of. If you haven't taken time to really think about your life and where it is going lately, you'll probably feel inclined to do so on this day. This vibration is tremendously helpful for gaining insight into yourself and the course your life is on. Meditation, therapeutic massage, prayer, and writing in a journal are all activities that can help you to make the most of this essence. Be sure to schedule something like this for yourself. Just days after clashing is a full moon that may have energized things professionally but may have put your work and life balance to the test. The sun and moon are back in harmony and with perfect timing. It is just as the sun is spending his last weekend in your home and family sector, and as he is still focused on things close to home, that the moon returns to a nostalgic and reflective but also intuitive and imaginative part of your chart and into harmony. As well as relieving any stress, this will make it easier to relax and unwind over the weekend. As Mercury settles into his first full day in your romantic sector, and with the sun just 2 days away from turning the solar onto matters of the heart and all things romantic, this is the start of the next wave. In between Venus, the planet of love's departure last week, and Mercury's return yesterday, the planets here for the long haul have teamed up, with a new sense of resolve taking hold. Our eyes in the sky. The moon in Libra forms a tense square with Mars retrograde in Cancer, stirring emotions that may feel like waves crashing against the shore, strong, unpredictable, and hard to control. This planetary alignment has the potential to bring moments of frustration, miscommunication, and impulsive reactions. Have you ever felt like you were holding something in for too long, only for it to come spilling out in a way you didn't intend? This transit can bring exactly that kind of emotional release, but not always in the most graceful way. Either you or someone around you might act out of character, responding with words or actions that stem from buried frustrations. If this happens, remember that while emotions can rise suddenly, they don't have to define the course of your relationships. On a social level, your presence is in high demand. People naturally gravitate toward you, seeking advice, reassurance, or simply the warmth of your company. Your ability to listen and respond with genuine care is something that others deeply appreciate. Have you ever had a moment where a friend told you that just talking to you made their day better? That kind of energy is flowing strongly now, making it an excellent time to strengthen connections. Whether it's old friendships growing deeper or new relationships forming, this is a period where meaningful bonds can flourish. You might even cross paths with someone who leaves a lasting impact, perhaps someone who changes your perspective, opens a door to new opportunities, or even, for some, the possibility of love. If past tensions still linger in any of your relationships, this is an opportunity to heal. Carrying the weight of unresolved issues can be exhausting, and sometimes, letting go of past grievances is the most freeing thing you can do. Have you ever held on to a misunderstanding for too long, only to later realize it wasn't worth the distance it created? If there's room for reconciliation, consider extending that olive branch. Every relationship has its ups and downs, but growth comes from learning how to move through challenges with understanding and grace. However, this energy can also make decision-making feel unpredictable. You may find yourself tempted to say yes to things that excite you in the moment, without fully thinking them through. Have you ever made an impulsive choice that seemed thrilling at first but later felt overwhelming? While embracing spontaneity can bring joy, it's also important to stay grounded. Be mindful of commitments, whether personal or professional, because not everyone can adjust to sudden changes as easily as you might. Instead of letting emotions dictate your choices, take a deep breath and ask yourself whether what you're saying yes to aligns with your bigger picture. If things don't go as expected, avoid falling into the trap of blame. It's easy to look for someone or something to hold responsible when things don't go smoothly, but blame only leads to more division. Have you ever had a situation that seemed like a setback at first, but later turned out to be exactly what you needed? Sometimes, challenges are just redirections in disguise. Instead of reacting with frustration, try shifting your perspective. What lessons can you take from the experience? How can you use this moment as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block? Financially, this is a favorable time, as your instincts for making beneficial decisions are particularly strong. Whether negotiating a business deal, discussing a raise, or considering a financial investment, your ability to assess situations with clarity is heightened. Have you ever trusted your gut on a financial decision and later realized it was the best move you could have made? That kind of intuitive wisdom is guiding you now, helping you navigate financial matters with confidence. However, while opportunities are opening up, it's important to stay realistic. Avoid taking unnecessary risks or setting expectations too high. If you remain strategic and patient, you'll find that things fall into place naturally. If you have any lingering financial matters that need attention, now is the time to address them. There's a good chance they'll resolve in your favor. As the day unfolds, reflect on how you are choosing to navigate the energy around you. Are you allowing frustration to dictate your actions, or are you taking control of your responses? Are you opening yourself up to meaningful connections, or are you letting pride or past wounds create unnecessary barriers? Every experience, whether smooth or challenging, carries an opportunity for growth. The universe is not bringing chaos to disrupt your path, but rather, to help you realign with your truth. Embrace the lessons, stay open to new perspectives, and trust that balance is always within your reach. What you put out into the world will return to you, so move forward with mindfulness, kindness, and confidence in the unfolding journey ahead.